Don't forget to like and subscribe, or you'll make us very sad.
And we're live. So it's me inside tonight, which
Hello.
I think this is your first podcast debut.
Yes, it is.
Interesting.
I never thought I'd be doing podcasts, let alone I even like the first stream of Hot Dog where you was in Skate.
Yeah.
Just me complaining about Skate because I can't play anything for crap because I grew up
Oh,
on a freaking Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
oh, that game is bad, man. It's bad. It's uninstalled. It's bad.
So I've been saw that sucker that night at stream after the stream. I just went up and uninstalled it.
Yeah, I couldn't do it no more. So tonight's topic is a wonderful little game from Japan that's been around longer than probably some people watching this. Um, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Boo.
uh, I'm just recently getting back into it because of
Just
Genesis.
stay gone. You should stay gone, brother.
Yeah, well, everybody was bringing up Genesis, and it seems to be a hot topic right now.
Oh yeah, because I mentioned the Genesis to you in your stream.
Yeah, it seemed to be very popular, so I would like to try it.
I was like,
Technically,
yeah.
go ahead.
Other than that, I already converted like two of my decks over. I'm just waiting for the cards to come in.
Yeah, I'm technically not finished with mine. I'm missing exactly 3 cards, but they're like $18 a copy. That's the only thing I'm waiting on. Oh
Oh
God.
yeah. Oh yeah, for your Saturday, you had like some like tuners in there for that synchro retrain with Dark Strike Fighter.
Oh no, 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 no. I don't know how I'm gonna do that one. I I uh, I think I have an idea, but uh, yeah, nah, I don't know how I don't know how I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, kind of tricky where you don't have like in archetype tuners.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what?
do what?
I was like, it wouldn't surprise me if they give in the next lineup of Cider support they don't get them tuners in their sync. I'd be like, yeah, that sounds about right.
I mean, it'd be the only mechanic minus ritual that they don't have cards in yet.
Oh yeah, and Pendulum.
Pendulum, but it seems to be that they're making less and less pendulums all the time.
That was just support for a Pendulum that already exists.
Yeah. God, don't make it a perform a pal card.
So they started taking out a couple of performer power cards off the ban list.
I saw that monkey board got removed, and I was I kept mine when I took in my bulk because I was like, oh, I'm gonna keep it for nostalgia reasons because he's banned, blah blah blah. And then I saw that he got unbanned, and I was like, oh, interesting.
Ain't like anybody using them, so
I mean, true. So let's start with the first topic. How did you get into Yu-Gi-Oh?
well, like any other thing, like Pokemon and all that, through the anime when it first aired on TV.
Yeah, I watched way too much of that.
Yeah, same here.
I used to have like VHSs actually and like a couple of DVDs back in the day, and they would be on repeat all the fucking time.
You wanna know what I used to have?
What'd you have?
So when McDonald's were like making toys and stuff, I had the freaking CD with all the songs on there.
Oh, I had a friend that had one of those, and he would want to play it while we were playing the game.
That's about right. Had freaking opening and uploaded like BGM on there.
Yeah, it was like there was a couple of songs that were featured in episodes, I think.
Yeah.
Like the one between Yugi and Joey. I can't even remember the song now, but we used to listen to it like all the fucking time.
I think I know what you're talking about. I have no idea where somebody this. Things that song was lost a long, long time ago.
Oh yeah, no, I all like my DVDs. I have no idea where they are. The VHSs disappeared a long time ago when VCRs kind of went out of style. Ironically, they're coming back now.
Nah, I heard cassette tapes are coming back.
I saw that too, and apparently companies are still making floppies because governments use them. Like,
It's,
okay, can we go back to the old tech now, please?
oh, that's neat.
What?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, I was like, yeah. Oh, I go back to old technology. So they went freaking vinyls.
Vinyls sound good, but they're just very fragile.
Yeah,
I
I'd be
have
scared to use the thing.
I have exactly one vinyl, and I am almost positive that it is warped from like humidity and temperature,
Ugh.
which sucks, but it ain't like I have a fucking record player to fucking listen to it with.
I will say though about vinyls, I did have a chance to get two vinyls, but I was unemployed at the time, so no monies.
Yeah.
I think one of them was a Linkin Park vinyl, the other one was a Seether.
See, their vinyls are always dope.
I'm trying to remember what the album was for Seether. I think it was Holding On to Strings a Little Better to Pray.
Oh yeah, it was probably the yellow vinyl.
Yeah, it's the yellow one, because Spotify told me like, hey, fans get a first notice for this exclusive vinyl. I was like, if I wasn't unemployed, then maybe. Then again, I have nowhere to put the thing.
True. Vinyls are not the easiest thing in the world to store, honestly.
I barely got enough space in my closet. That's pretty much where I keep everything.
Okay, so ooh, this one's a good one. What's your favorite deck?
Ooh, my favorite deck. So I will say current me doesn't really have a favorite. I kind of just rotate between stuff. But if I had to pick one, I'd probably say Black Wings, mainly because I haven't had that deck since high school. Like even when I drop it, I was always end up coming back to it when new support got announced. So from like 2011 till now, I just kept Black Wings.
You have had that deck like a long fucking time.
I think I had that deck when it first came out because, was it Alejandro had that deck and I ended up buying it from him. So I pretty much had all the same cards on me.
Yeah, that would make sense. I do think I remember him having the deck, like building it, and then boom, you had it.
Yeah, I just had it the whole time. Dropped it a few just to try out something else, but always end up going back to it. So I probably say I go with Blackwing.
That's a pretty solid choice. They need to add. I honestly feel like they need some Xyz added to that deck.
I don't see them going down that route mainly because the new support it locks you into synchros.
Ah,
Dark synchros to be more specific. So that's about the only thing I have in the extra deck.
oh yeah, yeah, generic like staples that aren't dark.
Like you can get away with running XCs, just that you would have to like avoid using the one of the cards that lock you in the synchros. You had to avoid using them until like later.
True. True.
Yeah, I'm not going through all that.
Um, my favorite has always been Cyber Dragon. I've always had some variation of it. Uh, way back when it first started, I tried to do the Cyber Barrier and Cyber Lasers.
Oh yeah, I don't think.
Didn't work that well.
As all anime decks go, because in the anime they can just script write it to work, but in real life they don't never work out that way.
No, they were. I'm not gonna say they were bad, but they were just so hard to get going. Uh, I did. I did stop using it for a while, and just used it mostly as an engine. And then when they came out with what was it? The first Xyz Infinity? No, Nova. When they came out with Nova, then I started using it again.
Because along with nobody, a whole lineup of support to try to make it into an actual deck.
Nova and then Infinity when they created the structure deck.
Well, I remember when Infinity got abused at freaking rank 4. Was it? Can't think of the name. It was
Uh,
that Stellar Knight rank 4.
I have one of them. I just don't remember which one it is.
I was like, I actually do have it in the binder. I just can't think of his name.
I
Was it
have an
Ptolemy? Was it
Ptolemy.
Ptolemy or something like that? Something along those lines.
Yeah, you could go from I think Omega and the Ptolemy, and then Ptolemy into
Infinity.
Infinity. Yeah,
Yeah, because Ptolemy's a fit.
I have it in the deck, but I don't have the deck physically in my hand right now to tell you what it is. I have both the cards just for shits and giggles in the side deck, so I could run just in case because there's some level 4 shit in there. I can rank into Omega, then in the Ptolemy, and then go from the Ptolemy into Infinity.
Oh, it is Ptolemy's. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't remember if they're Constellar, Stellar Knight, Taylor Knight. I get
It's
all of those
Stellar
mixed.
Knight. It's Stellar Knight. Because
Taylor
you got
Knight.
yeah, you got Constellar and Stellar Knight, and they just recently came out with support to combine both of them.
Yeah, I saw that Constellar Knight.
Well, they don't call it that. They call it Stellar Knight Constellar.
Oh, is that what they're going with?
Yeah, I thought they were going to Constellar Knight,
Yeah,
but
that's
no,
what I thought it was gonna
they
be.
kept, they kept two words separate, like Stellar Knight Constellar, I guess for like ruling reasons. Because, forgot what they call it. Well, it's just for ruling reasons. They kept it separate, so just call it Constellar Knight. But even then, they could just put it in the effect if the card's always treated as a Constellar and Tiller Knight, like we did with the Ray Raptor and Phantom Knight matchup.
Or the Dogmatica Albaz cards, where some of them in the thing, I don't remember which one. I just looked at them in the deck though. One of the well, in the leftovers of the deck, one of the cards was like, this card is always treated as a
Dogmatica.
Dogmatica, and
Was it Despia, I think?
yeah, I think so. I think it was Despia.
I know Despia has a good couple of fusion cards on their side.
Yeah, I thought about using some of those. I don't know which way I'm gonna go with that, but one card I really want to add now because I've been seeing it in lists is the Light and Darkness, the new Light and Darkness Dragon fusion.
Ah, yes, that Dragon Lord.
I kind of want to use it,
I
but
know when I was using Brained, I used Despia as the main focus because I like the artwork for him.
I wanted to use. I kept seeing that people were adding comedy to the list, but I can't really add those because the set I would have to open them, considering that's following the sealed challenge. I would have to open them, and I don't even know what set those cards are in. I
So, tragedy
uh
or is it comedy?
comedy. I think tragedy comes in the deck. I think it's comedy I need.
Yeah, because I think comedy's the hand trap, has that hand trap effect.
I think that's the one I need. I've seen people running one of it in the deck, and then
Okay.
two tragedies.
Yeah, because tragedy searches, so yeah, one card does make sense. I found this effect if you want to read it. Maybe it'll jog your memory. See,
Yeah, I think.
when your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a face or display card you control, quick effect, you can discard this card, negate that effect.
Yeah,
If this card's in your graveyard, you contribute one fusion monster or special summon this card. You only use one effect per turn, only once that turn.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the one that I need. I have tragedy.
I'm sorry
Com-
if I keep cutting you off. I'm not used to this.
oh no, you're absolutely fine. I myself am still adjusting to podcasting. Um, here's a really. Oh, that's why I wanted to open the Lost Millennium. By the way, or the Infinite Forbidden. Sorry,
I must have lost my million. I think that's
that's the one with Ancient Gears in it.
yeah, I'm about to say. I know what you were talking about. The one with the Exodia stuff.
Yeah, it has a lot of stuff I saw that would actually work in that deck.
Okay, so the set that comedy came from is Donna Magic. Okay, that's where I thought it came from.
What is that? Is that a is that an expensive set to get?
Let me check. Oh, hey, shooting Majestic Star Dragon, $30. Woof.
Yeah.
Yeah, about to say usage stuff probably got some price to them.
Oh, it does. It does for sure.
And considering it's an old set, well, not that old, I don't really see it being that pricey.
I know the Infinite Forbidden set I can buy a box for like $60.
Okay, I found it. So the booster box for Donna Magic is $40 on TCG Player.
Oh, that's cheap. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
no, that's doable. That might end up getting done. Is
let's see how. Oh, sorry.
can you send me that link?
For the box.
Yeah, if you've got it. If not, don't worry about it.
Can you send a link from TCG Player? Like, 'cause I'm on the app.
Uh, I think there's a share button.
Oh, found it. Can you tell I've never done share before?
Yeah, I haven't done it from the TCG Player app before, so that's a new experience for me.
Okay, I just sent it to you.
Dope, appreciate it. Got it. So the next topic is kind of is kind of a really funny one. What's your least favorite deck? That could be a double-barreled question too. Your least favorite to play or to play against?
Yeah, that's how I was thinking about. Because at first I was thinking about play against. I'm a, I don't mind doing both. I'll probably start with play against first. Um, my least favorite, and it's no real specific art type. This is more of a general thing. Is stun. I
True.
hate going against stun.
Very true.
Like, because I know Mario has a reputation, not being able to play, but At least they make it quick. Freaking stun is like just a whole grind game of you not be able to play.
Yeah.
Using
Um.
like lockdown cards like that freaking fossil where you can't special summon and all this other heinous crap. Like, nah, I'm good.
Wait, are you talking about the Packy whatever that got banned?
But yeah, that thing. I mean, I know they've been banning like, all them lockdown cards, but from like past experience, not fun to deal with.
True. I don't like stun either. I also don't like playing stun, but sometimes some of the decks catch my eye up like visually, and I want to play them because I think they look cool, but I never actually played the decks. Like my Shadow deck.
Oh yeah, freaking mid rash. Well, I know it's called Winda now, but that's where we're gonna be mid rash.
Yeah, she's always mid rash to me. Um, I built it. I still have it. Never played it. I wanted to build them because they look cool. I like the way they look.
Yeah, they got neat artwork. Plus, they're getting new support.
Yeah, obviously I'm gonna have to get the new support, put it with what I have. But I think didn't you tell me they were getting a synchro finally?
Now they're just getting a fusion.
Another fusion.
Yeah,
Another one that I never would play is Fright Fur.
I used Frankfurt as an engine one time in Deathfield, but that's mainly because they had a spell card, Frankfurt Patchwork. I
Yep.
can search for like Polymerization and another card.
I uh I would absolutely love to build or at least get some of them, but I'd never use them. I just think they look cool.
I mean, I got a couple of buyers dedicated to stuff that just looks cool, but I'm never gonna touch it.
Very true. Um. Okay, so what's your least favorite deck to play?
Okay, out of all the decks I've played, I would probably say for me personally, it was Domain Monarch.
Mm.
Because Monarch came up with that structured deck,
Mm-hmm.
and they had a field spell that basically locks you out of something from the extra deck, and it was basically just stunned.
Yeah. I remember that deck. I hated that deck. I don't even think I played against it. I knew about it and I didn't like it.
So this is a question for me. What was a deck that caught your eye, but you never really like messed with? Like it's a structured deck, an R type, anything like that.
um. Uh. There's been a couple of them. I always liked, at least back in the day when they first came out, Gemini's.
Ah, yes, those guys.
Part of the reason, being, astrologically being a Gemini myself, I'm just like, hey, I want cards that are like me. But, uh, part of it was I like the mechanic of them being normal monsters too. Even if
So
it,
you get away with using cards that affect normal monsters, then when you can just turn on the effect and then use your effect side.
yeah, I, I like that. But the problem is it's a jank deck and you have to do a lot of specials normal summoning. So you have to normal summon it this turn and then wait and do it again, next turn.
I know they make cards to like try to mitigate like out of field spell. I think a synchro or fusion that like activates their effect immediately. Like when they hit the field, their effect's already active, but even then it's still a bit jank.
Yeah, it's quite janky. So there was those. I really like dinosaurs, but I wanted to play them like back in the day when Superconductor Tyranno came out. In that structure deck, I wanted to play them back then because I was like, "Ooh, this is kind of cool." Um, in reality, I never saw myself. I bought one of the structure deck and never went past that. Uh, one other one I think to this day I still kind of want to make it fucking work is the agents, the fairies. But
Oh, yeah.
they do work, but for me I tried them back when the structure deck came out and I never got far with them. So
Yeah, man, any support might help.
I kind of just walked away from that one and was like, cut my losses, I guess. Um, Back to the least favorites. Mine would the least favorite to play against would I would say it was one of the decks back in the day, like Cradle.
Radar, really.
I thought they were cool. They looked cool, and I was like, oh, these could be useful. But playing against them, it felt like it was kind of hard to get going because they seem to always have a response. And I would assume that that's because they were used kind of as an engine in a lot of decks. So maybe they just, you know, had, uh, how would I say it? Like they had access to things that they wouldn't normally have. Maybe
Raiders were the
it's,
one that take control of your monsters, right?
yeah.
Yeah, because one did something when a monster, after a monster effect, one does a spell effect, and one does something from trap effect. I remember that.
Yeah, it was Gradle Cobra, Gradle Gator, and Gradle Eagle.
I remember a Gretel Slime, but I think that's their tuner monster. Because I never have a synchro.
Yeah, it was because it looked kind of like the DD Necro Slime. It had that
Yeah.
same sort of design of like a slime inside of something.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it was those, and I hated playing against Shadows, and
That all. That's
yeah,
forever gonna be my hate. I consider that stuff because mid-range basically only said you're gonna spell someone once.
yeah, I I only build it because it got used against me so many times in on Percy in random battles, and
Yeah.
it was mean. I hated it. So
Fight hate with hate.
yeah, I was like, it's finally accessible to me. I might as well play them. So I built the deck, and I think they look cool. I think they look really dope. I like them.
I mean, you got neat artwork. I give them that. I still don't like playing against them.
Yeah, no, they have dope artwork. But I also when it goes into decks that I don't like, my least favorite to play, that was one of my least favorite to play because it felt it felt salty. It felt like I when I played it, it brought out a bad side of me because it's stunned, but it has all these other effects that it has access to that can just make your opponent have a bad day. And I don't like the feeling of being the guy at the table playing a deck like that. And it stems on into Magic. I don't really like playing control in that either. It doesn't feel good to play. Another one that I kind of hated playing, even though I loved the deck, was my pendulum deck.
Oh, and Endymion.
Yeah, I like the deck, but it I don't know how to describe it. It did too much.
Yeah, no, he did a whole lot. Just like looking at Sony piloted that, like someone actually knew what they were doing. I'm just like, I don't know how the frick you do all this.
It was kind of chaotic, and you had to keep track of so much shit. It was just too much. It was fun once you got the hang of it. If you played it like 4 or 5 times in a row, it would be fun to play with, but eh, it's just it was too much to play. So it became one of my least favorite decks, and that's why I broke that one apart. And also with it not having access to traps, and then having to have spots in the not having access to traps because of room reasons, and having to cut spots in the extra deck to specifically put links in there so that I could use the pendulums. It, it wasn't fun to tweak it either, because I would find a card and I'd be like, I literally don't have room to put this in anymore.
Because Link's picking up the spots just so you can get stuff at the extra deck.
Mm-hmm. It it was don't get me wrong, you actually gave me that deck.
Yeah, because I had bought the structure deck. I was like, this ain't for me. You want it?
And don't get me wrong, I still have the cards. I still love it. If I had the mentality to sit there and play it, I would put it back together and play it once or twice. But it just it's kind of mentally taxing to play it, and I don't want to play it more than once when I do play it.
That's kind of how I am with DDD back then. Like before they got all this slew of support, it was
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like tough for me to like navigate through the combos,
Yeah.
not activate this and that. So like the older version of DDD, yeah, well, I like the deck, but it was just like really hard to navigate. But with the
Mm-hmm.
newer support, it's a whole lot easier. I mean, it still is a lot, but it's a lot more mentally. Uh, it's not mentally taxing for me when I run a deck now.
True. True. I'm starting to see that pendulum decks are that way, and which is another reason why I'm so interested in Genesys is we don't have to worry about those. While sometimes there's gonna be ones that I miss, like for a zombie deck that I was planning to try to build, there's a pendulum Xyz that would work really, really well in that deck. This is zombie, but it's a pendulum and I can't use it.
Sad.
But I think it'll be okay. I it pendulum decks cause a lot of headaches for me because you would think,
Ruling.
yeah, you would think that them being spells it would make it a little bit easier, but in reality it really, really makes rulings hell.
Yeah, especially when you go to like fusion, synchros, and see summon. Do you know
Hmm.
how they work when you use them for materials?
They go to the extra deck if it's fusion and synchro, and if you remove them as a material, they go to the graveyard, I think.
So there's one little tidbit about the fusion part. While you're half correct, if they're on the field and use as fusion material, they'll go to the extra. But if they're in your hand and you use them for the fusion material, they go to the graveyard.
That part I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know that till I was on the freaking Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. I was messing around with DDD and I saw the circle go to the graveyard. I was like, wait, what? Oh, that's new. Didn't know
Ye-
that.
yeah, I didn't know that one. That one's okay. Yeah, that's more all the more reason to play Genesis. Oh God. Oh, next topic, because I have run out of decks that I hate.
Yeah, you'll probably come up with something. Oh yeah, but real quick, when I asked that question about decks that you were interested but never really played,
Mm-hmm.
so for me it was the Layer of Darkness structure deck, and it was themed around the virus trap cards. And what it would do is their field spell return everything to dark attribute, and if you were to tribute, you use your opponent's monsters as the tribute cost. So you basically use the virus card to tribute your
Uh-huh.
opponent's monsters and add them in as your own. And I thought that was like a neat concept. Tried a little bit, I couldn't really get it to work.
Mm. I say I thought Layer of Darkness was Dark World. That was another deck that I missed that one. That's another deck that I wanted to play and never got going was Dark World.
I tried using Dark World, like modern Dark World, and it is really luck heavy. Not there's anything wrong with it, but I know for me it's kind of like luck heavy. It's like discard this, hope you draw to something else.
Yeah,
It's kind of it requires a little bit of planning ahead.
not the thing I'm most known for. Um,
I was kind of hoping to play it pure, but you kind of have to run like danger, and unless they give them more support, because Grapha is a nice addition along with the other stuff. But if I ever make enough support to play it pure, I might give it another shot.
I don't mind running Danger because I like the design of Danger, not necessarily the way they play. Uh, which will actually lead into our next topic, which will be like mechanics and
Ah,
like
like our favorite and least favorite.
yeah, I was about to say like our favorite and our least favorite, and also ones that may or may not show up later because I have a specific one that I've seen mentioned quite a few times, and now at this point, I kind of want to see it happen. Uh,
Interesting.
but we'll start with our favorite mechanics.
Right.
Uh, I could start on this one because I'm pretty passionate about this one, and the more I look at my decks that I have, I'm like, oh yeah, maybe this is my favorite mechanic, fusion, particularly contact fusion.
Oh, like Glad Bees, the Neo-Spatians.
Yes and no, because specifically I like the contact cyber dragons a lot. Uh but the Neospatians was the one that started it. They were the first ones that had contact fusion.
I think Gladiator Beast came after, I believe. Might be in
Yeah,
order. But I do
yeah.
remember Neo-Spatians and Gladiator Beast being the main contact fusions around the time.
Mhm. I really like fusion. I in my brain would tell me that I would like Xyz, but I can never really get them working for me. So I don't know what the deal with that is.
Really? I feel like it seems to be the easiest because usually I worry about having it in the same levels. Cause it ain't like with singles we gotta have a tuner and a non-tuner, or tuner and tuner because freaking new archetypes require you have all tuners to synchro summon. But that's a whole other thing.
Oh, we'll get into that because
Yeah,
there's a couple things I would like to bring up on that one. Uh,
yeah.
as far as main deck, I guess my favorite mechanic would be and this one's so wild, but I've discovered I really like trap monsters
Cause oh yeah,
because of Odeon. But not only that, there was one that I used to like back in the day when Ancient Gears were running gadgets. There was the
that,
Stronghold, the moving fortress.
oh yeah. Gains attack points when you got red, yellow, and green out on the field.
Because the Gadgetrons play off of the gadgets. I thought that was cool. I thought that was cool.
Okay, so I guess for me, my favorite sunny mechanic would be And no surprise, synchros.
Mm-hmm.
Synchros were the reason I even started about playing the game.
I
So I
like
had skipped the GX era.
I like synchros, but I don't play them as much as I should.
I mean, to be fair, I had like what, four synchros at one point, and I only have one, but then I got like what, two or three decks that have synchros in them,
Yeah.
but they're not like synchro focused. Honestly, I got Black Wings that's synchro focused. Blue Eyes, the new support was primarily synchros.
Mm-hmm.
DDD got a couple of synchros under their belt. Adding Nisser got a synchro. Oh yeah,
Oh
so yeah, four.
yeah.
Oh
Adding
yes, yeah,
this.
so four.
Holy shit.
Actually, adding Nisser is fairly similar to DDD, as in they got almost all some except for one. I know DD don't have Ritual, but adding Nisser don't have Pendulum, so they're kind of
Oh,
bit
you are.
similar.
Yeah, you're totally right.
I wonder,
um.
I wonder if that's why I jive with adding Nisser because I had experience with like DD. Because like with DD, they had like their own set of spell track cards like the Dark Contract, and then with adding Nisser, they have their own set of spell track cards called the AI,
Mm-hmm.
which are like puns. So you got a card called like Fighting Spirit. It's spelled Faightting.
I had a couple of those cards back when Agnister was like I guess first coming out in reprints in Mega Pack 2020.
It's about right time. I don't really remember, but I know he's talking about.
Um cuz I pulled like 3 Dark Templar Agnisters out of that pack. That was when I was like first dipping my toes back into the game, I guess you'd say. And I was looking at the Agnisters going, I have no idea what the fuck I'm looking at. But now that you mention it, they do really similarly look and read like DDD.
Yeah, well, I think that's part of the reason why I lit out to Plus. I first found out about it in the anime, so I saw like dude using DDD and another dude using adding this or play on. I was like, that is cool. How Plus is like in archetype because like it's not like an in, it's like all in archetype. I think that's what added to it, my interest.
Mm-hmm.
Like DDD got their own fusions, synchros, exceeds, links.
Like basically anything that you would need. Like, hey, you need to fill out an extra deck. Well, we got all our own cards for it.
Yeah, don't worry about trying to look for anything generic. You can just go, if you want to stay within archetype, there you go. You got a bunch of options.
You need a hand trap in archetype. You need a fusion spell in archetype.
I know I initially got an end archetype hand trap. I don't think DV does. Or if they do, it's probably one of the bad ones.
I was thinking they do, but it would be uh I think it was
I know,
one that nobody used because it was bad.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I know guys said that does something when they're in the pendulum zone. That's about as far as I know.
That's what I was thinking. It's one that it has an effect that only activates when it's in the pendulum zone, but it's still kind of a hand trap, I guess.
Since I'm thinking about DD, playstyle has changed. Like, not just with like the Nihil support, because back then when they first came out, you never bothered with pendulum summoning with them. That was like the only pendulum deck you never pendulum summon with them. You just put stuff in the pendulum zone just for their effects. But now, yeah, you're actually pendulum summoning with them.
Mm, mm. See, I didn't know that because I never tried them out because to be honest, I looked at it like I already have my hands full with one pendulum deck. I didn't want to try another one. And
Yeah,
then
I think pendulum's one and done for me. Like just one day and I'm good, because that's gonna take all my brain power as little as I got.
yeah, I maybe would have another one, just one, but it would have to be something dead dog ass simple. There's no way I could play another complex one like Endymion or something like that.
That is fair. Because I think, because you know how I built those sentimental decks, like a deck from each era?
Mm-hmm.
What I kind of like is I kind of like force myself to like use the other mechanics and try to get a feel for them.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of bit I like about doing that. Well, I will say that if you do decide to go with the penalty deck, probably go with something that has its own Anarch type of Link monster. That way you ain't scrambling for like generic ones.
That I mean, true, but there was a few very specific links that I really like using.
I know that's fair.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's ones like I like Silhouette Rabbit for a little bit of support for decks that have a lot of permanent spells and stuff.
Oh, like for Odeon.
Yeah, even though that's a Genesis deck, I can't use it
Yeah,
in
yeah.
that. But
But like if you were playing in advance and got Silhouette Rare would work in Odeon.
yeah, I was thinking Odeon or the Eldritch deck, or it would work even with something like Ancient Gear because they have permanent spells. Yeah, I feel like it's a really good card. I would want to use it, especially if the deck has continuous cards that need to be on the field. I feel like it's a really good card, and it is also adorable. He's a little magic rabbit in a suit.
Your magic, White Rabbit. That's the most you're gonna get out of me as far as Egypt Central goes.
Um, there's also I really like the combination of IP Masquerena and SP Little Knight.
They
Even
made
though
a grenade card too. I forget what EMP grenade, something like that. I forget the name of it, but it's like a main deck monster that goes along with them.
I didn't know that.
Oh, I could probably look for it real quick.
You just taught me something because I didn't know that existed. I just knew about those two, and I was like, "Oh, I really like these guys." Um, I
I
also,
think it's like colon P. They probably put it under. Cause yeah, like colon P looks like it's got like a tongue sticking out of his mouth.
uh huh, um, I also, it's stupid, but I also really like Saryuja Skull Dread.
Oh yeah, that guy. It took me a minute,
The
but I remember him now. Yeah, I
big
remember him
Link
now.
4 guy. I just think he's neat. I just think he's neat.
I think I used Sorry Skull Dread in two decks. It was Dark World, and when I tried to build like a modern version of Inferno, that crap did not work out.
Yeah, I could see Infernity not working out. Um,
Oh,
so
found EMP Meow Mind.
interesting. Yeah, I didn't know about that guy. Or knowing this game, I should say probably thing. It's probably not a person.
There you go. If you want to take a look at it, just send you a link to it.
Dope. Let me Bert 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 Bert. Jesus, phone, let me open the link. There we go. It kept trying to expand the link.
Oh,
I see. Level 2 of Flame Monster.
you see like the that little knight Masquerena in the background. Probably can't really take us to like auto glitter, but yeah, there's a super rare, so you probably get a better picture of her.
I do see it. I can see him. I like that, but I would specifically need a link deck that I can run that in, which would probably be a pendulum deck, honestly. Um, Well, that brings me to our least favorite mechanics.
Least favorite. It's between two for me, but
What are they?
uh, Pendulum and Link.
You know, that's fair.
Pendulum because of all the heinous crap they bought when they were first introduced. Because
Mm-hmm.
they had their own zones. They had, and links didn't exist around that time, so they just kept coming back from the extra deck. Uh,
Yeah.
That was annoying to deal with. And then links mainly because I don't agree with links themselves, but it's mainly Master Rule 4 because that would
Yeah.
force every deck to run links, and that was a huge boon on all my decks. Because if I wanted some of more stuff from the extra, I had to summon the link first, but then I wouldn't have the resources to bring out anything else.
That's that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, that's
Um,
kind of what my gripes are.
and for me, I think my least favorite to play with is definitely gonna be pendulums because they cause headaches. They fucking cause headaches.
The most simple pillow deck I ever played was that picture I told you about, that straight up normal dinosaur monster deck that had like
Mm-hmm.
three copies of heart of the underdog in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the most simplistic pillow deck I ever played.
I could see that. I could see that.
Because they ain't gotta worry about anything heinous. You just set two in the scale, and then if you have heart in the underdog, you on your way to drawing out everything. And then just pedal summon all your monsters, and then just use them for Exceed Summon or whatever.
I would also like to mention that one of my lesser favorite mechanics, just because of how much space it takes up, not necessarily. I love the mechanic itself, but using the mechanic can get complicated because of the size, is going to be I don't know how to describe it. The Excel Xyz where you go up levels by using rank up spells.
Rank up Exceeds?
Yeah, like the
Oh, the
ones
rank up magic spell cards?
yeah, the ones that require that say that, oh, you can summon this using a rank X monster. Those are fine. It's the ones that require you to use
The
oh
rank up spell cards to go
yeah.
into it. Not many decks use them. The only decks I see that primarily use rank up spells is like Raid Raptors. They're kind of like built around it. And Phantom Knights to an extent. I got one rank up spell in Utopia, but that's about the only time you're ever going to use it.
I was gonna say Utopia has one that, at least back when it came out, it was really good, and it just it felt wrong because it took up space. Was Utopia Ray 5? The rank 5 that has to use, what was it, like 3 level 5 light monsters or some shit like that, or use a
I think it
rank
was
up
just three
spell.
level 5 monsters. I think it's just like 3 level 5 monsters.
It was because it's Utopia Ray that needs specifically light monsters.
I don't think any of them require specifically light monsters because I know Yuya's deck didn't have that many light monsters to begin with. I mean, not
Interesting.
Yuya, Yuma. Sorry, these main characters get a bit joggle. Yuma.
For some reason, I was thinking one of them needed light monsters.
And I think maybe one of them needed light monsters. I might be misremembering it.
I don't know. I don't know. Uh,
Because I don't remember any acquiring light monsters since Yuma doesn't like have a whole lot of lights under his belt.
that's true. That's true.
Except for the most part, you got like Earth monsters like the freaking Dodo Warriors, that freaking Goblinberg,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the
there's so
Go Go
many.
Go,
There's
because they're
fucking
rock.
what four or five different archetypes or sub archetypes under that one archetype.
It's four. You got Go-Go, Dododo, Gaga, Zubaba.
Yeah,
And they with the new support they got all four under one belt and the deck plays really well.
I'm glad it plays
It's a good
well.
bit to keep up with, but it plays very well.
I was about to say I would think it would be a lot to keep up with.
It's not that bad when you get a hang of it. Like it's not like pendulum levels are bad, but it is a good. It does feel overwhelming at first, trying to keep up with like four different archetypes. Okay, I need you to summon you, and you can only search for Zubaba. Then I need a monster that can like bring out Zubaba, which is a Gaia.
Mm,
Yeah, it's not that bad once you get that feel for it.
okay. Um, now I want to talk about something interesting, which is mechanics that should exist. Um, a couple of these are going to be things that have either been mentioned or existed in the anime or manga. Uh,
Ah,
but one of them that keeps getting mentioned, and it almost feels like that's what they're shooting to happen, is a how do I describe it? A planeswalker like mechanic for Yu-Gi-Oh.
I feel like you mentioned that before at some point.
Yeah, it's been brought up in like people mentioning it multiple times, and it almost feels like somebody knows something we don't.
I'm trying to think how that would even work. Like trying to
I
convert Planeswalker to Yu-Gi-Oh! Like would it be in a main deck or an extra deck?
I would think it would be an extra deck monster.
Even if it's an extra deck, how would you bring that sucker out?
Uh I would think it would be, this is my opinion, so it might not, you know, connect with everybody, but I feel like it should be like an Xyz, but instead of the uh when you stack them underneath, you would have the abilities on there, and it's like remove X amount of or add X amount of materials from a location on the field or in your hand or in the graveyard, something like that, to with the plus and minus abilities.
Yeah, there's already Xyz model that does something similar that can add materials or remove materials to do things. So I feel like it has to be like different enough from that and not like feel like Xyz.
Jesus, I feel like I just got Simpsons did it.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean I was trying to do that, but like there was
That's just how it felt. It was like, hey, this is a cool idea, and you're just like, yeah, it was a cool idea. I
yeah,
don't know
there's
why.
already a couple
I
because
don't.
I think what was it? Zodiac? I think Zodiac did that for the most part, like or like stacking on top of each other. They would add or remove materials to do stuff. And I know Zeus, that's another one that can like just add materials to himself.
Let's see. I missed the Zodiac era.
Good. It sucked.
The only thing I know from the Zodiac era is, and you're gonna laugh at this, that one video of the guy who I guess was new to the game and had never played against Zodiac before, and the dude starts going insane and one monster sees summoning and shit like
Yeah.
that, and he's like,
Yeah.
"That's cheating! You can't do that!" I
Uh,
loved it. I thought it was hilarious. Not the kid probably was traumatized, but I thought it was hilarious how it happened.
I think there's a new art type called like Doom Z. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Uh, that's similar to Zodiac, where they can like one card exceeds, but they have to use equip spells for that.
Mhm. I've looked at them. I didn't. I too much for me, but
Oh, that's another topic right there. Alternative, like alternate, summoning conditions for the mechanic.
yeah,
Because you got what Jack Atlas that can double tune that uses two tuners plus a non-tuner to go into his
Hmm.
Red Dragon stuff. And they got a new archetype that Cool Tune that uses only tuner monsters to synchro summon.
I hadn't seen a lot of those, but I do know what you're talking about.
They just came out, I think what, December
Hmm.
6th? Something like that. Sometime this month they just coming out.
The last pack that just came out, I don't even know what the name of it is.
What, Phantom Revenge? I think it's called.
Sounds right.
I know it's Phantom something. Because it's like on the first Phantom TCG player was it is for me because I hate such a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. Yeah, Phantom Revenge. Oh no, it comes out December 19th. Why it come out? Why it didn't come out at 6? I might be thinking about Legendary 5Ds or something for that delay.
Hmm.
Yeah, but Phantom Revenge, December 19th, that has that cool tune archetype.
Uh, Another mechanic I thought was cool. I read about it. I haven't seen it. It was in the manga. They're both spell and trap cards.
Oh, happy.
They were called trail cards. I don't know exactly what they do, but I uh I like it.
Kind of like the anime dude use a spell card with link arrows on it.
Yeah, I don't even know how those work necessarily.
Hey, they're link arrows. That means those are free spots. So imagine that in a Pendle deck. You ain't worried about going to the link monster. You just get the spell card. But then again, the spell card's in the main deck, so it's just a matter of how easy you can get to it.
Yeah, I was about to
Uh,
say probably a lot harder.
well, unless they give you like a link one monster, you can search it out. Then it'll be like the easiest thing ever. That's usually the go-to anyway. If your archetype requires a field spell that lives and die on, give them a link one. They can go straight to it.
That's fair.
Because I know Salamander got one, Rocket got one, Agnesser got one. Honestly, that was the main thing I was hoping for. Because in the first lineup of support, when I was trying to add Ignis, I was like, because the deck relies on Ignister Island because not many of their monsters special summon themselves. So they had to use
Hmm.
Ignister Island to special summon that. And I was like, they really need a link when they search this thing. Next line of support, they're getting a link when they can search out Ignister Island. Thank frack.
Quick and easy.
Yep. I mean, when the newer supporter came out, I think this year, like early this year, they gave them some Agnes and more cards, and this time they can special summon themselves. So I'm glad for that. Same thing with DDD. They gave DDD monsters that can special summon themselves out they hand because that was another issue I had with that freaking deck. Like they didn't have anything they can special summon themselves to trigger the other effects of the DDD monsters. So when they got that support, I think Fred they fill in the gaps that was that they desperately need.
Mm.
That's something I noticed with Konami though. Like when they give like legacy support, I notice it's like cards that help like fill in the gaps of the deck's shortcomings.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, especially if the deck needs some help.
Just surprised freaking Jack Atlas got the support coming out next year, early next year, and he just got like construction in not too long ago. And now you're like, oh, more cards for Jack Atlas. You know
Oh
what? I don't
yeah,
mind.
he did get a deck, didn't he?
Yeah, you got structure that. I actually bought it.
Interesting. I wanted some of the cards out of it, but I was just like, I don't even have a deck I can use them in. Technically, I do. I could probably use them in Dragoonity, but it would just be hard to squeeze them in.
Even then, they're pretty much dedicated to like Dark Secret, I believe, or the Resonator stuff. You're pretty much leaning more towards like restricted to like Jack Atlas stuff, which is fine, because that means they won't be generic. You can't like just throw them in anything.
True.
Like I know with the new support that's coming out next year, they're actually retrains of his monsters that he used, like Dark Resonator, Big Piece Golem, and Vice Dragon. When I saw the Big Piece Golem retrain, I was like, oh, are they gonna give like a medium piece golem and then probably like a multiple piece golem retrain? Like, nah, it won't reward that way because it needs to launch into the secret. I was like, oh well, you can only dream.
I don't even know what it is. I haven't seen that support. Like,
Oh, the
well,
new one.
yeah, I haven't seen. I saw some of the stuff was coming out like a new synchro for Red Dragon Boy, obviously. But I haven't seen all the support, so I don't know what they do.
Most of it's like typical like special summoning, searching, like just to help boost the consistency, which is never a bad thing. You can never have too much consistency
No, no, you cannot.
unless you're unenjoying a lot, but then you're just very sad.
I don't even own a single copy of Droll and Lockberg.
I got two German copies of that thing. Don't ask why. I just have cards in different languages.
I have some. I have some Japanese cards, but not because I actively went looking for them. It was just because I got them in like collection boxes or whatever that I bought at like flea markets and shit. I'd pick up a random thing. Or like one was I went to Comic Con and picked up a random like card game box, and there was just some random old school Japanese Yu-Gi-Oh cards in there, and I was like, dope.
I like the artwork for Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, the one that requires three Blue Eyes White Dragons for Fuser. I like the artwork, the Japanese artwork for it. Just never came to America. Sad.
Yeah.
I would have rocked that artwork. Oh yeah, I just sent you a link to the new set that Jack Allen stuff is in if you want to take a peek at the retrains.
Okay. Let me look
Cause
at
like
that.
yeah, it's like Darkness Resonator, Power by Dragon, them guys. And you can also look at their fit real quick. If you want to take a peek at it.
Yeah, let me go look at that real quick.
Also, a Red Nova Dragon Assault mode, cause why not?
Yeah, that I saw that. I saw that. Oh wait, new dreadnoughts. Okay, dope. When are we getting those?
Uh, the day hasn't been decided yet, and also, there's still gonna be a whole lot more cards in this set, so just what we know at the moment.
Oh damn, Fiend Piece Golem. I thought it was gonna be a synchro monster. Damn.
I was like, AP goes the main deck monster. Why you think it was gonna be a synchro?
Multiple piece was a fusion.
Yeah, multis the fusion, but
So I
they're locking Jack to his synchro, so he's
yeah,
only gonna
that
get synchros.
so I thought that because that was a fusion and the lock shoe and the synchros that he was gonna get a synchro instead.
But you get two new synchros. They're at the bottom: the Crimson King and Crimson Blade Dragon. Those are his two synchros.
Yeah. I saw the Crimson Blade Dragon. But yeah, I like the two new dreadnoughts that's coming out.
Yeah, support for the trains.
Odeon for me, but
Of course, because they're freaking level 10.
e
Those are gonna use the spiders.
I am. I'll be able to switch back and forth using the side deck.
I was like, I know you ain't get that much space in that extra deck.
I do not know. No, you are 1,000% correct. I am running low on space. Trying to make it work.
Trying to squeeze stuff in, or are you trying to figure out what to throw in there?
Uh, Trying to squeeze stuff in, and I also need to test it, but you don't have a Genesys deck ready right now, so it's gonna be kind of hard.
I mean, it's right on Edo Pro, just not IRL.
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna do it on Edo Pro actually.
Yeah, no, I gotta sit on Edo Pro.
Okay, dope. We could actually test it because I need to know if the deck even fucking works.
I tried messing around with it. I could not get anything out on the field at all. I was like, I don't know how this dude make this thing function.
Oh, I got it function one time in test hands, but it was kind of crazy.
Hmm.
Um, I was able to summon and get a couple of things on the field. But the issue was more so that uh, some of the cards are kind of situational.
Yeah, that's the thing, especially that freaking Guardian slang where your opponent has to do something to you, like what, attack, I think.
Yeah, your opponent has to attack you. So my brain was thinking 3 could still be fine, but I think I'm going to take at least 1 out.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of situational card. I like be able to do things. Then again, I play freaking spam heavy deck, so that's probably my mentality.
I mean, very true. I don't
Yeah,
play anything floodgatey.
yeah, so control decks are probably well, I know they will feel longer. I have tried control decks before, and I ain't really jive with them.
Well, I say I don't play anything super floodgatey, but I guess Cyber Dragon kind of is a little
Because
floodgatey.
I'm about to say you play Clockwork Knight. That's pretty much a floodgate itself, so it's changed everything to machine.
Yeah, it kind of is floodgatey now, but to be fair, I don't use it all that much. The Clockwork Knight because I it's not focused on it. It's in there to help with oh fuck. Uh it's in there to help with some things.
I'll say what happened.
Something happened in the game. It's fine.
What, you playing the game right now?
Yeah. Just dirtling around and I almost died. It's fine.
I only got like okay, besides Edo Pro, I only got the only other game I got on this laptop was Zone Zero, and I was just like to test out the controller I got.
You see, I haven't played that one. People say it's good, but I haven't played it.
I'm still trying to adjust, but it's pretty neat.
Um,
If they had a co-op mode, we'd be willing to try it with me.
maybe, maybe.
Yeah, no pressure. This is just I just threw something on the laptop just to have something on there.
Do I have any more topics on the list? I think I had one more. What was it? Oh, stories. I don't have that many interesting stories though.
I got one that we can both that involves both of us. So remember when I brought my laptop over to your house, like not the house you're at now, but one of your older ones, and you were trying out Edo Pro, and you're playing against the AI, and for the BGM, I had changed it to Hurt by Rapture when you're in a losing position,
Mm-hmm.
and the part where it was that in a life but done wrong, love lingered on, and then when the AI beat you, it switched over to 3 Days Grace Pain.
Yeah.
So it was like, love lingered on to pain without love. Like just the timing of it.
Yeah. That one, I still think about that. It's a hell of a remix, by the way. um, I don't really have that many stories. Most of mine are gonna be revolving around my deck not working and me falling on my face.
Hey, trial and error. That's how you learn.
Um, so I don't play Gravekeepers really stun based. I run them more trying to uh build up.
Freaking hate Necro Valley. I freaking remember when Kudjo, that was like his go-to deck was freaking great keywords. Every time Necro Valley, he'd be like, nope, I'm done. And he'd be like, man, come on. I was like, I can't play. I'm done. I'm not even gonna waste time with it.
Oh, that's true. Um, but the that's I think the only real bad card I ran in the deck because for the most part my main focus was getting out the big guy. I can't remember his name. Visionary, and then
Yeah.
Oracle, which is the other one that came out. The bigger guy that came out. Um, I
I,
focused on getting those guys out and trying to kill my opponent as quickly as possible. Didn't always work out. A lot of times, what would end up happening is there's been a couple of times that my opponent had made me discard a card I needed, and like Gravekeeper's Stele, which is the one that lets you bring a Gravekeeper back from your graveyard to your hand, ignoring Necro Valley spell
Yeah.
card. Um, I was playing it, testing it on Edo Pro or Percy. I don't remember which one it is now. I think it was probably Edo at that point.
I want to think it was Percy because Edo Pro is like a recent one with the reboot. Like they just changed the Edo Pro, but it was Percy back then.
Yeah. So it they fucked me up because I had my Necro Valley out, obviously. And I couldn't get my Stele back to get my Visionary back from the graveyard because they made me discard it. And I didn't have a Rite of Spirit on the field yet, so I couldn't do much there, and it kind of fucked me up.
Probably my other Yu-Gi-Oh story was when I was playing against Kejo and we were on the DS playing the World Championship game,
Mm-hmm.
and we were doing turbo duels. He was using Gladiator Beast and I was using Infernity, and I still got the replay saved on my DS. Uh, so if you know how Infernities function, it's either get rid of the luck sack or rage quit, because you either got a good hand or a bad. There's no middle ground. And I was on I was on the spectrum of the bad hand, and I was pretty much in a losing position the whole time. Like I don't know how I came back from it. Like I was just struggling, just trying to like keep stuff off his field because he was had that freaking what was it? Secutor, the one that looks when it attacks directly, you spend summon two Gladiator Beasts straight from your deck.
Mm-hmm.
You would get to that card, I was like, okay, I need to save my track cards for that thing, so you don't get like more push for more advantage. And I was just struggling just with something like Gizares or the Heraclinos. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I came back from that at one.
Heraclinos can be kind of scary. I love the artwork on Heraclinos, though.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
He looks dope.
Okay. Heracles kind of feels like a chimera. I guess it kind of makes sense. It's like fusion monster, like three of them things.
Mm-hmm.
Still like Infernity. I can't function with that deck nowadays, but I played the crap out of that deck back then in high school. I remember playing against you with Infernity.
Mm-hmm. They're not fun. Well, for you they're fun. For me they're not. They're not fun, then.
I just like the idea behind it because you have to have no cards in your hand, so you're pretty much always in a top deck situation. So if you lose your board, you're just banking on, okay, am I gonna destiny my draw into something? Like literally, I actually destiny draw into like freaking arch, Furry Archfiend. It was like the best feeling ever. Like your board's cleared, like your graveyard is set up because your graveyard is basically your second deck. Well,
Mm-hmm.
actually, I call it your main deck. Once it's built up, with your main deck being your second deck. Board clear, all your setup stuff is in the graveyard. You just hoping you draw to like Infernity Archery or like Infernity Launcher to bring stuff back. Draw the first turn. Archery, baby. I reveal Archery, special summon it, and it's off to the races.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's not fun for you.
No. No. As soon as you see Archfiend, you know the game's over.
You hit much.
It's not fun.
I remember we got limited to one. Sad.
Yeah, he did get limited for a while, but then they completely unbanned it. I guess because nobody's playing it anymore.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I had stopped playing Inferno by that point before it went to 1. Well, once I went to 1, I was like, hey, that sucks.
I guess I ain't going back to that.
I mean, I wasn't planning to, but I'm definitely not now. Oh yeah, because it was during the Xyz era, because they turned Inferno to an Xyz deck with like Lavabo Chain and all this other stuff.
Oh yeah, I thought you were about to tell me they made new Xyz for that deck. I was about to say why.
No, if anything, I know they got a new Synchro.
They did.
Yeah, it's like Inferno Doom Archfiend. Not good.
Huh. Mix between Infernity Archfiend and Doom Dragon.
Not really. I don't remember what it does, but it's not really all that good.
Hmm. Well, I guess now would be the perfect time to ask, is there any deck that you would go back to?
Hmm, anything I go back to. It depends on the format. Like if it was Tango Plant format, then I would go back to Infernity. Since I
Mm-hmm.
liked that deck so much when I was in high school. But as far as like a modern deck, I'd probably go with Red Dragon Archfiend. 'Cause I did like that. I did like it for the little bit I did play around with it. Plus with the new support that's coming out next year, along with the assault mode support, I think it'd
Mm.
be really interesting to mess around with.
Yeah, I can get behind that, yeah.
Anything tickle your fancy?
Eh. Well,
I mean, it could
okay.
be a deck that I've used before.
There's been a couple that I've wanted to go back to and one that I've never used before, but I've kind of wanted to in the past, just never did. It won't work out, so I probably won't ever use it because it's not gonna go the way I want it to. Um,
It really does.
no, no. Couple that I would go back to is I I would always love to go back and rebuild my Gravekeeper deck, but it they haven't gotten any new support in like a really long time, so it would just literally be a rebuild of what I had, which probably wouldn't stand up in any format these days.
They
So
did get a they did get a fusion monster along with some other stuff, but that's about it.
I did see the Supernaturalist, but eh,
But
eh.
you're pretty much just playing Great Keepers. Ain't really nothing changed as far as play stuff goes.
Yeah, they didn't get any. They haven't gotten anything new and exciting since the rank 7 and 8s or whatever, or not
Then
rank
again,
levels. Sorry, level 7 and 8 Visionary and Oracle.
Great Keeper just sits on Necro Valley. Ain't really much to it. Just like your opponent out using the graveyard.
Yeah. Um, I'd also like to go back and rebuild Malefics.
Malefic. Oh yeah, those guys. I remember now.
Yeah. Uh, I always really liked them, and they were really
And
hard to use. But nowadays, they're apparently easier to use, and they work really well with the Earthbound Immortal stuff that's out now.
I remember Malefics were first used. There was mainly like a stun deck. Just use instead on skill drain.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't run it that way. I would run it more on uh the I guess the best way to describe it is just the big beat stick thing. But see, the old Malefics also locked you into only attacking with one creature, and I think you could only control one Malefic.
I think their new support because they get a couple of new cards that like mitigate that effect, so you'll be able
Yeah,
to have multiples.
yeah, that's the what I've been looking at, and I was like, I'd go back to that. And I've always wanted to play Earthbound Immortals, so that would be a decent deck. But
Yeah, Earthbound more they get well, not or more specifically, but it's like Earthbound Servant. I remember those guys.
yeah, they're Earthbound Immortal support. They're meant to help run them, but the
And
Malefic,
not Not really. I know the Urban Search servers kind of do their own thing. They don't really interact much with the Immortals themselves. Cause I know they got like their own like fusions and synchros and that's about it. Oh yeah, and their own like spell card, that harmonic fusion synchro thing.
Mm-hmm. I saw
A spell
that.
card that lets you fusion and synchro summon using two monsters you control.
Yeah, I was gonna say nobody's really running the Earthbound Immortals in the deck, but they're running the Earthbound Servant and Fusion and the Synchro and then Malefics. Not really running many of the old Malefics. They're running the Synchro
Yeah, they
and
didn't get the synchro, huh?
the Synchro Stardust, and sometimes you'll see them running Cyber End.
It's pretty much the extra decks because the main deck wants to take up space.
Mm-hmm. 100%, yeah.
So, Gatekeepers, Malefic. Anything else?
Um, yeah, yeah. You kind of know about this, but I really want to build a relinquished deck.
Using like the fusion spells and maybe a couple of the illusion monsters.
Mm-hmm. And the eyes restrict cards.
I
I
know there's a new Millennium, there's a new Eyes Restrict fusion monster that got announced. I think it's called like Nightmare Eyes Restrict. I I don't remember if it's like called Nightmare. I know it's a new one.
Yeah, it's Nightmare Eyes Restrict. I think is the right name. But the problem is, it's just not out in America yet,
It also requires an illusion monster, so you do have to play to the new archetype for you to summon it.
which is kind of fine because there's a couple of those illusion monsters I kind of want to run.
Freaking Yugi's Baphomet, Chimera, Gazelle, they gotta retrain to the illusion thing.
Ironically, those aren't even the ones that I would want to use.
Oh, I know. I'm like, there's some other illusion stuff just don't come to mind right now.
I like the candle guy. He's got like a candle for a head, and
I know
then
which ones.
there's an
There's that apprentice magician that works with them, like searches them.
uh-huh. I want to run stuff like that, but there's a new archetype coming out called
Talking of hands.
Heck of Hands, but in Japan they use the real name, which is a Greek term for these like big titan things. They're called hecatoncheires.
Heck of hands, Ibtel.
I I I want to use them, but the English name is so fucking stupid.
They changed. I think all of them got their name changed from JP over to English because I know was it the Killer Tune? I think it was Killer Tune. Oh yeah, no,
Mm-hmm.
it's called Cool Tune.
Yep,
It's called
cool.
Cool Tune. It's called Cool Tune in English, but it's called Killer Tune in JP.
Mm-hmm. So I would like to run the hecatoncheires because they're illusions, which I also was like, oh hey, I could run the Azamina stuff. Don't know if
Oh, oh yeah, that's I mean those are the Synchro lads.
she's got some fusions too. She's got,
Oh
I
wait, I'm
think,
thinking about never mind, I'm thinking about White Forest. White Forest are the Synchros, but
y-
they're under like the same archetype. They're under the
yeah, I
same
was gonna
lore.
say they work together. I would just consider them all one big archetype instead of like breaking them up.
Yeah, they're all under the same lore.
I would 100% though. Once they come out, I would probably look into hecatoncheires, and
Plus, I
then
feel like you would like the Heck of Hands. 'Cause I did read through their effects. While you can't play them pure, but I thought you were gonna play them pure in the first place. But they do look interesting. I feel like you might like them.
I read a couple of them. I didn't read all of them. I need to,
That's a
honestly.
plus. It's fusion focus, so that's another thing going for 'em.
Yeah, fusion focused, and then obviously relinquished, which I would also be running relinquished anima because why not?
Oh man, because Relinquish don't require that many cards in the main. They could probably have like Heka Hands, Relinquish, a couple of illusion supports. There's something there.
Yeah, that might be a thing I do. We'll see. But I believe that is all
Oh,
I
I,
have
I,
to.
did- I do have one more thing.
Okay, what you got?
So, is there any like one card or a group of cards that you would like to see get a whole entire archetype based around them? Like for example, like for me, I would like to see the topologic link monsters.
Mm-hmm.
I like to see how they whole like archetype like main deck too, like based around them that like help trigger their effects. So like we have like Bomber Dragon out, so you be able to summon a topologic main deck monster. Then your opponent's turn to triggers a bit to blow up the field, or like zero balls to banish everything, or even like the new one that's coming out, which returns everything on the field into the deck, like something
Oh,
like that.
that sounds
Uh,
interesting.
yeah, I like a deck that's like based around triggering the topologic links.
I could see that. The only topologic card I still have is Trispana, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah, transferring that to link three.
The big guy that was misprinted for a while.
Oh no, zero balls. That was the one that was
Yeah.
misprinted. Yeah, because Jermaine's uh one that destroys spelling traps. Zero Boros. Yeah, that was the one that got skewered.
Mm-hmm. That's the one I still have. It's the one you gave me, actually.
Yeah, because in the it came out in the rocket structure deck. That was the one with the mistranslated effect, and then they didn't like get fixed it until like Battles of Legend. And I think it was like a year after.
Yeah. Um.
But anyway, any like one card or group of cards you'd like to see get like a full-fledged archetype?
I'm thinking, cause there's there's some cards I like using, but I don't really think they absolutely fit into an archetype.
Hey
Uh,
man, I didn't think they make MST into an archetype, but they did.
you know what? Fucking fair. I forgot
Hell,
about that.
hell, next year, I don't know if you remember from DM Yu-Gi-Oh! Bones, the dude that Joey dueled against in the Duel's Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting,
Call of the
he,
Haunted.
yeah, I freaking called a Halt is basically going to become a whole archetype.
I like Call of the Haunted as a card. I think it's a great card, but as an archetype, I don't know. That seems extremely complicated.
I mean, they made Odeon into an all archetype.
I mean, that's
And I
true.
would say from what I've seen so far, people like what they done with the maze archetypes. So I
Mm-hmm.
know before it was like the freaking what's the dude's called? The Paradox Brothers. What's the freaking thing? Gate Guardian. How
Yeah,
they
Gate
turn Gate
Guardian.
Guardian. How they turn Gate Guardian into a fusion. And you have with all three pieces, and then other ones where like have like two piece. They had that one, then they got the ODL support, now they got a bone support. So far people have been liking them, so I can see the bone support like being something interesting. Like
I
it's not
like
gonna be competitive, but it's gonna be at least, playable and interesting.
I like the maze sets. I think they're kind of fun. I like them.
Hey, maybe next year you can do an opening of the May set. It's coming. Yeah,
Maze of Muertos.
yeah, freaking moist.
Maybe I might do an opening of it. I don't know yet. We'll see.
I, I know there's a couple cards in there that I'm gonna get because I think the new Mass Hero cards coming out in that set.
There's new Masked Heroes coming out.
Yeah, there's two main deck ones. Surprise, surprise, because they're all fusion monsters, but now they're getting main deck ones in a new fusion.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know one of them can search for the main deck mass heroes, the other one can search for polymerization or mass change, and then the fusion monster can recover mass heroes from the grave or banish. And it can also set mass change from your graveyard during the end phase.
Hmm. I think Impachi. I would like to see an archetype for Impachi, an actual archetype, not just like art of him going through the different stages, you know?
Oh, you mean Blazing Apache?
Yeah, there's four of them. There's Impachi and then Blazing Impachi, where he finally gains the power of fire, and then the aftermath of that, which is Charcoal Impachi, and he looks so sad. And
Okay,
then
I was thinking you would go for like Monkey Monkey. I mean, I know they technically have some stuff, but like make it more like playable,
Moki
like full.
Moki's and Ojama's like full playable archetypes would be fun for me, but really Impachi, I've always liked Impachi. I've always thought he was cool. He reminds me of the character from Tekken and King of Fighters. I can't remember his name. The wooden battle training robot.
I know you're talking about.
It reminds me of him, and that was always a character I liked to play. And I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude!"
Okay, so probably that'd be interesting. Not sure how it would play. Actually, how would you like for it to play?
um, I would like for Impachi to have a main deck monster that is an effect monster. I'm not entirely sure what I would want him to do off the top of my head. Give me a second, I'll probably come up with a cool effect for him.
And you probably want a couple of fat monsters, or
Well,
you would definitely want more than one, unless you want to be like an engine of sorts.
I was wanting
Like,
it to be more of a like an engine where it mostly
oh, like
relies on
kind
the
of like
extra
Alistair,
deck.
kind of like Alistair, where you never saw Alistair search for the fusion spell, then you go to his numerous fusion monsters.
Yeah, something like that where the different forms of Impachi would be a different extra deck monster. Maybe fusion, maybe Xyz, maybe synchro, maybe one of each. I don't know. But I feel like multiple different like Impachi cards, like forms, and just having like a main deck card that searches for.
The spell, the fusion spell, and then also the main they do use also a tuner,
Yep.
and the fusion spell would be probably similar to like harmonic synchro fusion, where you can do like multiple summoning mechanics with monsters on the field. Probably go that route, but then he probably do something like that,
Yep.
something similar.
That. I want that. I feel like main deck Impachi should search for the card and then allow you to fetch a monster that would allow you to hit the other mechanics.
Think
Like,
they probably you probably want multiple main deck monsters for it to like flesh it out.
what I was thinking was like a kind of like with Alistair, where it's the one main deck monster and then you use other
They
cards to make it
they had
work.
this spell, yeah, the fusion spell or whatever kind of spell card it does things.
Mm. I would want it to like, let's say if it's an Xyz spam deck, uh, you wouldn't even necessarily need a spell when Impachi would hit the field. He would tutor for another monster with a different attribute, so you could get the different types of Impachis of the same level, obviously.
I feel like you probably want like the Pale Fusion Secret like see like different mechanic thing. I think that something that would work better for that.
Yeah, probably, probably.
Oh, anything else in mind?
Uh, I can't think of anything, and I'm starting to get a little sleepy. So I think that's a great place to wrap up.
Can't say I feel the same.
Yeah, that was a good one, and we actually got more time into it than I thought. We got almost an hour and 40 minutes now.
Yeah, that sounds. Oh wow, that sounds a lot longer than I thought we were going.
That's that's a significant amount of time. That works.
Cool.
Hell yes. If you enjoyed that video, be sure to check out the streams live on my Twitch and all the uploads here on the YouTube. Links for all of my sites in the bio. Thanks for watching.